So it's been a couple of days since we did that massive 24-hour eBay listing on YouTube. I just want to say again, thank you for everybody who joined in, tipped me and everything. Today I'm going to go through the whole breakdown of how many things I actually listed. Was it worth it? Was listing for 24 hours on eBay worth it? Because today I'm going to tell you how many I've sold since that day I started listing all the way today. Because in the end of the day, it's all about the algorithm, and does listing loads really help you sell more? Well, today you're going to find out. Also, I'm going to tell you roughly, was it worth it actually in money wise doing this? So if you are a YouTuber, was it worth actually going 24 hours straight to get some money? Is it worth doing that over a normal video? You know, it's a lot more work in 24 hours compared to doing a little video what I'm doing now. But before that, I've got to show you this pickup I picked up yesterday. To watch my video earlier on in the week, I said I was just driving by, dropping off some parcels, and there's this house randomly selling stuff outside the house. And I bought a few things. I think I bought a big box of Lego, and I bought a Bop It. Well, it was Thursday yesterday, obviously, and I went past there again because I was dropping off some more parcels. And I thought, you know what, let's have a look. Is it going to be more stuff there, or is it just going to be the same stuff what she hasn't sold? What I picked up yesterday was absolutely amazing. I was going to not even tell you, I was just going to do the video, what this video is about. But I had to show you because potentially the amount of money I can make from one IKEA bag, I haven't even worked out, but it is hundreds. What happened was there was more stuff, and there was a box of loads of stuff, and it said £5 on, and then there was another box with loads of stuff, and it said £5 on. There was a plush at £2, so what I did, I had to pick both boxes and the plush, but I just dropped in £15 because she had a little pot on the front now because she didn't want to get disturbed. So I did that. So for all this bag, I paid £15. Actually, I could have paid £12, but I decided, you know what, let's pay £15 because I didn't have any change anyway. So first of all, I'm going to go for one box, which was £5, which there was 2 items in there I thought might be worth a bit of money, but I've actually found out that every single one of them is going to get me a bit more than just a couple of quid more profit on eBay. These are some items which could fetch me a lot. Very hard to find and very rare now. In the first box was this, and this is a He-Man. I don't know officially which He-Man it was, but I've looked at the pictures where somebody sold it with the He-Man, and it looks like the little squashed ones, but it's from the 1980s, 90s era. It basically lights up here and does that. And it's supposed to have a cannon here. I've got the balls, but I haven't got the cannon. That sells for about 20 quid. Remember, everything in this first box roughly will probably owe me about less than a quid. The next item was this. It's a pirate ship and these 2 characters. This character was winding me up all the way home, and when I was looking at it, I had to find out what it was. I even asked my son, and he recognised it, and it is something that I thought it was. I knew it's from some sort of film. I did think it was something from like a Wallace and Gromit thing, like the people who made that. And it's something called the Pirates, the Misfit Pirates or something like that. I don't know if this is the ship that goes with it, but I'm going to sell it with the ship. There's a cannon there, and there's 2 rocks which are from the He-Man, but I'm going to put them with this because they actually work with this. But somebody who's sold this character for about £5, so he's probably worth about £5. So I'm going to sell this for probably £14.99 to 20 quid. I picked up the £2 plush, what I said. This is the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland. Probably looking at about 10 quid. Very good condition. One of the items in that box that I really did want to pick up because I thought it might be worth some money is this. And if you know who that is, it is Horrid Henry. I don't know if it's actually on TV anymore. It was absolutely huge when it was on TV, but I don't seem to see it much now. They made a film about it, but it was massive. This sells for about £15, and obviously it owes me a quid, and it talks. The reason I wanted that box was this. I knew this was Horrid Henry. And if you know your toys, you know the main characters and all that usually are not worth picking up. That one is because obviously it's a talking one, so you're going to get a bit more money than a normal plush. But this is Horrid Henry as well. It's when he transforms into a obviously dinosaur and he gets angry in the cartoons. He sort of like transforms and does stuff. I don't really know. I just remember it. But this one is obviously makes noises. I thought this could be worth some money because it's one of them unique toys that how many people really did have this? Probably not many. One person is selling this for £75. It's the only one listed. There is no sold. So I went and checked on the history of souls on this. There was only one been sold in 3 years, and that other one sold in 2012, I think it was, for £35. So this is definitely worth some money. Obviously, that one's selling for £75, so I'm going to absolutely smash his offer, and I'm going to put this on for about £40, and it should sell very quickly. I might even bundle it up with Henry and sell it as a bundle for like £50-60. Something which was quite a bit of a surprise. I knew I saw it, and I didn't know if it's worth anything or not, but I picked up, yes, Doctor Who TARDIS. It's a working light up one. It does work. I think the batteries are just dying. The door's open, which whatever it is. Door's open, yeah. But in there, I couldn't open the doors because I found two figures. I found her and him. He is the 11th Doctor, and she, you might recognise it if you do. She is Nebula from Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, I think it's Gillian, something Gillian. He's in the new House of Dragons. He's the one with the blonde hair in it. He's quite a very well-known actor. Can't remember his name, Matt something I think it is. But he is worth 10 quid. He is worth 10 quid. And that is worth about 40 quid. Official BBC ones. 11th series. 11th Doctor series. So BBC official merchandise. So I'm probably going to sell that for around 50 quid. Because if you try and buy that separate and try to buy them separate, you're probably looking around 60 quid. So you're going to get a character free. If you've ever seen Doctor Who, you know the TARDIS, it's just massive inside. It looks like a little phone box, but it's not. It's huge. And more stuff was popping out of it. These 3 little Fifi characters was in it. I don't know how much they are. I don't really care because they're absolutely worthless to me because they wasn't part of what I was picking it up for. So I could sell these probably on Vinted for a £5. You know, Fifi's not around anymore, so yeah, £5 for free. So that was one box, well over 100, maybe 150. I haven't got a clue. We'll see. But yeah, paid a £5 for that. But that one was the small amount of money. The next box was where I'm seriously going to make some massive money. So in this box, it was all figures. So cake toppers, you know, small figures. And they were all lovely and like displayed in cellophane bags like this. So I don't know if she was a cake designer or she was a seller herself because the amount of figures in this box was crazy. So this one is, I think it's Tangled. Yeah, it's Tangled. So these are a lot of characters of Tangled. This one's fetching around about 10 to 20 quid. There's more items in this box, so they probably work out to about 50p an item. My favourite one was these ones. And this, I don't know if you can see, this is, you probably see here, this is Brave. Absolutely love it. My son loves it. All the characters, so you got the mom, the dad, the daughter, the horse, when the mom's the bear, the 3 triplets with the ginger hair, and then when they turn into bears. Absolutely brilliant. You're probably, again, looking 10 to 20 quid for that. Then there was some of these in. These are Disney ones. You're probably looking about 10 to 15 for them. They're not as desirable because obviously they are mega popular. There's so many of these made, but still 10 to 15 quid. Then we carried on with the Disney film with Lion King. These could go up in price. I'm thinking about, should I just keep these for a couple of months and wait until Disney The Lion King 2 comes out, or sell them now? Yeah, you got Mufasa, you've got Scar, you've got the woman, I can't remember what she's called actually, and you got Timber and Punder and the monkey one. And yeah, so you're probably looking about £10 for them. They're not, don't fetch as much because obviously Lion King's popular. Probably my favourite ones is this though, and it is Toy Story 3. All of them. You have got some really cool ones in here. So you've got the Triceratops, you've got obviously Hugsy, you've got Jesse, you've got the robot in it, you've got the rock machine where his face is angry, you've got the baby, you've got Pig, you've got Buzz, you've got another one of the guards that works with him, you've got the little hedgehog, obviously Rex and Woody. I think there's 11 in here. That is fetching anything from 20 to 30 pounds. I could sell some of them separately. I think some of them are worth a lot of money, but like I said, I'm going to sell them as all together. The baby one is cool. I didn't even know they made them. I'm going to save the most expensive one to last, but the next one I'm going to bundle it up together because yeah, I found out that somebody bundled these up and sold half of the bundle, what I can show you, for 45 quid, but I've actually got more, so I'm going to sell them for about 65 quid. So what I've got is medieval kings, queens, witches and that. These are all ELC. Yep, ELC, what I've been selling for quite a while. Plus you've got the fairies and the fairy godmother, which was sold with these. These were sold with it as well, so they had the horses and some more like little fairies. Them 3 were sold for 45 quid. But because these are like sort of like fairy-ish, I've got this. So this is the table and a chair, 2 chairs, and I think it's the Ice Queen, or it's 2 Ice Queens. That. And, wait for it, horse and carriage, or reindeer and carriage. I'm going to sell these all together for around £65. And these are not the most expensive ones. I have got one more, which is even more expensive. Maybe one character is more expensive than all of these. I forgot about these as well, by the way. These are like Disney fairies. There's Tinkerbell in there. They don't really fetch for much. They fetch for around £10. I thought they would sell more, but they don't. But the one that sells the most is, guess what? We showed you in the other box, and it's Horrid Henry. Basically, every character from Horrid Henry. I don't know them all, but there's his brother, the one that's, what's his name? Perfect Peter. We've got Perfect Peter, you've got the bully, we've got the teacher, and I think he's called Moody Margaret. That's where Margaret comes from. You've got the dad, the mom, you've got Henry. 3 different Henrys in different positions. Yeah. Some of these have sold individually for about 20 to 30 quid each. One of them is sold for about £40. I don't know which one it is. I think it's Moody Margaret or the girl. One of them. So this, potentially, if I want to sell this as a bundle, because if I sold them individually for what prices they've been going for, you're looking over about 150 quid. But I'm going to sell these for around 90 to 100 quid with open offers, because these are worth a lot of money. Yes, I could sell these individually, but it would probably take a long time for me to sell them. Yes, I might sell one, and yeah. But if I sold one of these characters, I basically paid for the whole stuff that I bought today. Absolutely smashed it. Can't believe some of these figures are worth that much. I walk past these all the time. Not Horrid Henry, but like cake toppers, stuff like that. They are worth getting. If you can get the whole set of them, they're definitely worth going to. If you see these at car booths, at charity shops, pick up cake toppers or little mini figurines if you've got the whole set, because they are worth money. And of course, the rarer the cartoon or the characters, they're going to be worth even more. So then, first of all, I'm going to go through, was it worth doing for money wise on YouTube? I'm never going to tell you how much I make on YouTube, because I think it's just not right. You know, it's boasting, or I'm just going to get trolls going, oh, is that all you make? What's the point in doing that then? Or whatever. Or, whoa, wow, you get well more than anything. I'm never going to tell you how much I make on YouTube a month or anything. But obviously, I got lots of people tipping. I think I got about 45 quid's worth of tips. So after YouTube took their fees, I got about 25 quid. In monetization, because obviously some people have ads and some people don't, it worked out, I had about almost 2,500 views it worked out at, and crazy amount of minutes watched. It came up to about 588 hours. Yeah, 588 hours. So if you're thinking to get monetized, do a live. If you've got quite a few followers and you're struggling to get them minutes, you know, them watch time minutes to try and get monetized, do a live. You would basically get monetized doing one of these videos if you know you've got a couple of thousand people. But yeah, that came up to around about 30 quid. So roughly I've made about 55 quid at the moment. Unfortunately, some people have asked me, why can't we watch it? And I don't know. I made the mistake of how I did the actual live. YouTube will let you stream forever, right? And they'll never stop. But they only will publicize the first 12 hours. And I still haven't got that either. I've emailed them to see what's happening, but it's still, I can't even look on the actual, you know, the statistics and all that lot, where usually after 2 days it'll come up with it. I don't know if it's because they're trying to do the whole video, or they can't because it's just one straight video. So I should have stopped it around about the 12 hours and then done another part. Then you probably would be able to see both of them. So I don't know if you'll ever be able to see that live stream, but you people, you know, I did it. People who was on there talking to me know I was doing it. And obviously I did the other video to prove I did it. But yeah, round about 55 quid. It's okay, it's money, but you wouldn't really work 24 hours for 55 quid, would you? So, you know, it wasn't for the money. It was nothing to do with money. It was mainly to get rid of the stock. But other than that, I obviously sold 2 items. Well, Kaz, she wanted 1 item, but she wasn't quick enough. Somebody sniped it straight away, so I'm thinking I undercharged for that mug. Well, and she was too slow, so somebody got that, and then she bought a book. So yeah, I made some money then, but I've made sales all through the night and also since then. So I'm going to go through all the sales, and then I'm going to tell you how much money I've made, how many sales. You're going to have a screen now on one of the sides, I don't know which side, running through all the things. I'm not going to go through what's sold, but you can see it, okay? So as you can see, on one side or the other side, I don't know, I'm in the middle, it's one side or the other, okay? And I sold in total 26 items. It could be 27. Somebody has just actually asked if you can pick up an item if I sell it for 25 quid, which is, I think I've just got it on there before I did it. So it's the bread maker. You might see it. It's the last sale. So yeah, I sold 26 items. I sold 21 items on eBay, and I sold 5 items on Vinted. So throughout that night, I was listing and I was taking lots of pictures to list for the next day and the next day. On Vinted, yesterday, I started listing the stuff what I listed on eBay, and then I also started listing some today. So I'm basically saying I'm basically putting all this into that whole 24 hours and all that lot, because all these photos and all that lot was done on that night. So in total sales, it is £464. But I have just sold that bread maker, so it is £499 in sales. But I have just seen something pop down, so I need to come back to you. And if it is something I have sold, yeah, it could make up the total even more. We got to change the total on this and the amount of sales I've actually sold. Just sold 2 more things literally while I'm doing this video. Sold one on Vinted. I sold the combo, the brooder one, for 35 quid because it had a little bit of damage. So, yep, that is part of it. And also, I've just sold a colossal dinosaur on eBay for 25 quid. So, in total, I made around £560 in sales. Obviously, that's not profit, but it's, I don't know without fees. It's probably still looking around the 500 quid mark, all in sales, because most of the stuff I've sold is worth pennies. Literally, I've paid hardly nothing for like the plushes. A lot of the stuff I sold on eBay was £1, maybe £2. So yeah. So is it worth it? Yeah, I mean, it's just proven. I've basically made over 500 quid in 24 hours because of me listing for 24 hours. I said to you, if you was in the chat at one part, I said, I'm going to break eBay. I'm going to absolutely break it. I'm going to overload them with so many listings, they won't know what to do. At the start, there was nothing really coming through. There's trickles, you know, but then the day after, wow, it's like sale, 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 sale. And of course, I couldn't leave out Vinted. So when I started putting stuff on there, some of them were selling on there. So if you're ever thinking about boosting up your sales, do 24 hours of it. It definitely works. I mean, literally, do 24 hours straight. Then you can have the rest of the week off. You can make yourself 500 quid. Obviously, it depends on the items, but yeah, it's definitely worth it. Anyway, just want to say a massive thank you to everybody else again. Should I do another one? Should I do 48-hour one? Would you want me to do one? Would you like to see one? I don't know if I could do one. Comment down below. The bad thing is I've got a whole weekend of not going to the car boot, so I might actually just cry in a corner somewhere because, yeah, I've got space to put some more stuff there. Anyway, I'm not going to go. I promise. See you again. Goodbye.